A pile of wet grass clippings and raw wood chips sat rotting in my backyard. 21 days later, it was dark, crumbly, sweet-smelling compost that my tomato plants couldn't get enough of. This is exactly how I turned free yard waste into black gold in just 3 weeks. And by the end of this video, you'll have a clear step-by-step method to do the same thing in your own backyard. No expensive tools, no chemicals, no guesswork. Most people throw grass clippings in bags at the curb and let wood chips sit in a pile for a year hoping something happens. The problem is that grass clippings alone turn into a slimy, smelly mess because they're packed with nitrogen and moisture, but have zero structure. Wood chips alone sit there for months because they're full of carbon, but have almost no nitrogen to fuel decomposition. The magic happens when you combine them in the right ratio. Grass brings the nitrogen and moisture. Wood chips bring the carbon and airflow. Together, they create the exact conditions that heat-loving bacteria need to break everything down fast. Here's everything you need, and most of it is already sitting in your yard. You'll need about 4 to 5 large bags of fresh grass clippings. The greener and wetter, the better. You'll need roughly twice that volume in wood chips, which you can get free from any local tree service or arborist. You'll also need a basic compost thermometer, a garden fork for turning, and a hose with a spray nozzle. That's it. No compost tumblers, no activators, no starter kits. The grass and wood chips do all the heavy lifting on their own when you layer them correctly. Start by picking a level spot in your yard that gets some sun and is close to your hose. Lay down a base layer of wood chips about 6 inches deep and roughly 4 feet wide by 4 feet long. Size matters here because a pile that's too small won't generate enough heat to cook properly. Next, spread a 3-inch layer of fresh grass clippings directly on top of the wood chips. Then add another 6-inch layer of wood chips. Keep alternating wood chips, grass, until the pile is at least 3 feet tall. You want roughly 2 parts wood chips to 1 part grass clippings by volume. Once it's built, give the entire pile a good soaking with the hose until water just starts to drip from the bottom. You want it damp like a wrung-out sponge, not dripping wet. Within 24 to 48 hours, push your compost thermometer into the center of the pile. If you built it right, you should see temperatures climbing past 130 degrees Fahrenheit and ideally hitting between 140 and 160 degrees. This is the hot composting zone where thermophilic bacteria are devouring organic matter at an incredible rate. These temperatures also kill weed seeds and harmful pathogens, which is a huge bonus. If your pile isn't heating up, it usually means one of 2 things. Either it's too dry and needs more water, or it needs more grass clippings to boost the nitrogen. Don't panic if it takes a full 2 days to really get cooking. Once it hits that sweet spot, the transformation accelerates fast. On day 3 or 4, when you see the temperature start to drop below 130 degrees, it's time to turn the pile. Use your garden fork to move the outer material to the center and the center material to the outside. This does 2 critical things. It introduces fresh oxygen that the bacteria need to keep working, and it moves unfinished material from the cooler edges into the hot core. After turning, the temperature should spike back up within 12 to 24 hours. Repeat this every 3 to 4 days, or whenever the temperature drops below that 130-degree mark. Over 21 days, you'll turn the pile roughly 5 to 6 times total. Each turn gets faster because the material is shrinking and breaking down more with every cycle. Quick pause. If you're finding this helpful so far, take a second and hit that like button. It helps this video reach more gardeners who want to turn their yard waste into something incredible. And if you're not subscribed yet, now's the time. I put out new organic gardening videos every week that help you grow healthier food without chemicals. Alright, let's keep going. Moisture management is the silent make or break factor in fast composting. Every time you turn the pile, grab a handful of material from the center and squeeze it. You should get 1 or 2 drops of water. That's the perfect moisture level. If it's bone dry, the bacteria die off and decomposition stalls completely. If it's soaking wet, you choke out the oxygen and the pile goes anaerobic, producing that terrible rotten egg sulfur smell. During hot, dry weather, you may need to add a light spray of water at every turn. During rainy stretches, throw a tarp loosely over the top to keep excess rain out while still allowing airflow through the sides. Staying on top of moisture is what separates a 3-week finish from a 3-month slog. By day 18 to 21, you'll notice the pile has shrunk to about 1/3 of its original size. The temperature will stop spiking after turning and settle down to ambient. That's your signal that the bacteria have finished their work. Reach into the pile and grab a handful. Finished compost is dark brown to black, crumbly like chocolate cake, and smells earthy and sweet, almost like a forest floor after rain. You shouldn't be able to recognize any grass clippings at all, and the wood chips should be soft, dark fragments that crumble easily between your fingers. If you still see large, intact wood chips or green material, give the pile one more turn and another 3 to 4 days. But if you followed the ratio and the turning schedule, you should be holding black gold right now. Now it's time to put that black gold to work. Spread a 2-inch layer directly on top of your raised beds or garden rows as a top dressing. Don't dig it in, just let the worms and rain pull those nutrients down naturally. You can also mix it 50-50 with native soil when transplanting tomatoes, peppers, squash, or any heavy-feeding vegetables. For container gardens, blend 1 part finished compost with 2 parts potting mix for a nutrient-rich base that holds moisture without staying soggy. This compost is loaded with beneficial microbes, slow-release nutrients, and humic compounds that improve your soil structure for months after application. Every handful you spread is feeding the biology underground that makes your plants thrive. Let's recap the whole method. You take free grass clippings and free wood chips, layer them in a 2-to-1 ratio, soak the pile, and let it heat up past 140 degrees. You turn it every 3 to 4 days, manage the moisture with the squeeze test, and in 21 days you've got dark, crumbly, nutrient-rich compost that will transform any garden bed, container, or raised bed you put it on. No money spent, no chemicals used, just biology doing what it does best when you give it the right conditions. The best part is this method is completely repeatable. Every time you mow your lawn or a neighbor drops off wood chips, you've got the raw materials for another batch. One pile can produce enough finished compost to top dress 3 to 4 raised beds, which means you're building healthier soil season after season for free. If this method got you excited to try hot composting, hit that like button and let me know in the comments. Have you ever composted with grass clippings and wood chips before, or is this your first time trying it? I see every single comment, and I'd love to hear what you're working with in your garden. If you've been buying bagged compost from the store, I'd especially love to hear how your homemade batch compares once you give this a try. Your experience might be exactly what another gardener here needs to hear before they start their own pile. If you're new here, hit subscribe and the bell so you don't miss the next video. I've got a deep dive coming on how to supercharge this compost with a simple kitchen waste amendment that doubles the microbial activity. I'll see you in the next one.